It's Carlton McConnell, People of Purpose, Faith Ministries. I'm here with E.Wilson, CEO, event organizer here with JTC X-Change, yes. Incorporated. And we're winding down from the picnic in the park. Man, we had a great time. I know I did. And what was your vision behind, first of all, congratulations to 3 years of putting this on. So 3 years in and vision for the next 3 years. Woo.
The vision for the next 3 years.
Goals. Maybe just a couple goals.
I think
short-term goals.
The short-term goals right now is that we're setting up shop in New York and Pennsylvania. You know, it's almost like the radio show. It just kind of boofed out of nowhere. It just took off. And this is what happened with Pennsylvania right now. You know, we've been targeting that area. We thought that God was going to use a certain vehicle to get us in there. And he's used a totally, I would have never seen it coming. The doors open up over there. So the vision for Pennsylvania and Allentown is to be able to serve. And it's just so amazing that I'm hooked up with you and talent shows, and all of a sudden they're coming up with the talents and testimonies and, you know, all that stuff. So that's the short-term vision right there. And also with New York City, running over there with the Meals on Wheels and looking for other avenues that God. I think that the great thing is that not being, what do you say, be anxious for nothing.
Correct.
And you know, being at peace, knowing, not thinking, but knowing that God has this thing covered. So New York City, the vision, what I see major volunteering. I see us in churches. I see us in community centers. I see us doing interviews on 42nd Street, talking to folks. Pennsylvania, same thing. These links that God is linking us together with, you know, and these guys got clothing line and all this stuff. But bigger than that, these guys' heart for God is incredible. I'm just blown away with some of the conversations I had. So I see us also Allentown, Pennsylvania, as well as New York, in the schools. The same stuff we're doing down here, I see it modeling up there. And then the exciting part is to see what else God is going to do. You know, we over here with Round the Clock Entertainment, People of Purpose. We're doing First Sundays. You know, we're doing a radio show. You know, we got interviews after interviews. I'm actually having to tell people, oh no, that week is already taken. You know what I'm saying? Where at one time you're just wondering, is anybody going to interview? Now, you know, see, I can talk to myself. You know, I can do a whole show by myself. But it's just a blessing, man. The main thing, to touch lives.
Yes.
You know, to touch lives.
Yes.
To touch lives.
Well, I've been privileged to not only consider you a friend, a brother in Christ, and in the trenches. From a grassroots approach. And many of the people in this community, and of course in your hometown and home state, New York and East Coast, are familiar with the work of JTC X-Change Incorporated. But for the people here locally and across the country that are not familiar with JTC X-Change Incorporated, tell them some of the different programs, from the mentoring to the Fathers to Dads program, and now feeding the hungry, clothing the naked, providing toys to kids that may not even get a toy. So let's talk a little bit about that, E.Wilson.
I think I'm excited. I'm really excited about all the programs. I think one of the things I'm really excited about and didn't realize it until I was doing it is from the radio perspective. I mean, that is just so great to have. Like I said the other week on the radio, this is a no drama show. We can get ratings real quick. That's not what we want.
Right.
We want to make sure that when I end the show, when I say this is E.Wilson, remember, if you're going to have a conversation, make it a good one. E.Wilson, the Conversator, right here on DFWIRadio.com. I want to make sure that the people got something that they can grab onto, you know. And for those who don't know, Conversator. If you don't know, the Conversator, not the radio host, not the Conversator, because a Conversator is one who builds up. He restores, he empowers, he snatches back that which has been broken and mends it back together. So that's the name, what the Conversator means.
I love that.
And the other thing is the Fathers and Dads mentoring program, and also we have the regular mentoring program that we're doing in the high schools, in which
how is that impacting the youth young men and other, how has it impact? Just a couple examples of how it's changing lives.
Guys, we're talking to these guys. First off, we're men. You know, institutions, whether college, high school, junior high, elementary, or the daycare. And this is no disrespect, but they're filled with women. And both women and men need men every now and then to talk to them. So to go into the schools and to be talking with these guys with no motives, one agenda, we're here to serve, and to get the responses has been mind-blowing. I mean, we got guys who now understand that a woman is more than a piece of meat. You know, one of the classes, you know, the guy was kind of talking junk about how he smashes it, and how he had 3 women. And after I finished breaking it down to him that he was really on the run, because if you haven't figured out how to deal with one woman, how you gonna have 3? Right. You know, that's that stuff we learn in the street. And then to understand also that as he was running around with them women, what if that was your daughter? Now he's ready to go to blows, but that's somebody's daughter. That's somebody's mom. Ooh. So God is allowing us to incorporate that into the curriculum to really show these guys that, first off, yeah, you had kids, it's early, but it's an honor to be called father.
No question.
Now it's time to roll up your sleeves, and you really gonna have to get to work. So those two, along with the ladies' room, along with the men, which is how this all started with suicide. You know, guys commit suicide, and I just happened to run into somebody at work this week who actually knew one of the other guys who had committed suicide about 4 years ago. And when he saw what I was doing, he was blown away. So the ladies' room with the women, relax, relate, release. And if you know today, even today, you know, we didn't try to have everybody here because I understand the anointing, and it would have been okay if it had been thousands here, but everybody I've talked to was just like, the love was in the house, the fellowship. The one guy said, we didn't have to watch our back. Everybody's having a good time. You didn't have to look over your shoulder. So that's just a little bit, man, of what we got going on.
That's awesome. And lastly, to some of you might want to say thank you, even though we know it takes a village to raise a child. Yeah. And though you and your wife put this organization together on your shoulders, you have many people that you work with, community supporters, sponsors. You want to send a shout out to maybe some of your community supporters, just another special thanks to them.
Absolutely. Well, I'm going to start first by appreciating you. I could have saved you for last, but I think I might as well get it out the way first so we can make it through this interview. But, you know, round the clock, people of purpose, you know, your relationship with shows and all of that, and giving us an opportunity to come into a First Sundays and play things like that to be honest, for people that really don't know me, but I know what I can do. But God always sends somebody who will take that chance, you know what I'm saying? So we want to thank you, Round the Clock Entertainment, the toys, even the toys that were out here today. We were able to bless some kids. We blessed kids up in Allentown. Awesome. You've been doing it for a long time, you know, and so we appreciate you for that and for the connections. The Healthy Marriage, Healthy Family Coalition of Tarrant County, which we sit on the executive board. You know, awesome. They have us over the Black Marriage Day celebration that comes in March, and so they've been instrumental. The Fatherhood Coalition of Tarrant County, who we've also linked up with, who is also behind the mentoring program in the schools with these teenage dads through the Infant Mortality Network. We got American Airlines, American Giving, which are one of the nonprofit organizations with American Airlines employees group. We also have Inseparable, Mark Bradley, who was a former football player, and his dad, Danny Bradley. They both went to Oklahoma, and he has a book out right now called Inseparable. Incredible book that deals with the love of a father. Wow. It wasn't the focus of what his mom did, but the love of a father. Awesome. We have Brother Tucker with Antidote, you know, Child and Youth Services, you know, who we've also partnered up with so we can be a conduit for those foster kids. And as you see, he had the biggest group, because all them kids came from his group. And he said they had never, I don't think, been in some type of event like that. And the lady who brought them, I think it was a total of 14 of them. Wow. So that was great to hear that they had a great time. The kids got toys. As you saw, they was on the bounce house. Wow. Let me see, anybody else? You got Frank Robinson from the Enrichment Center in Grapevine, who is a counselor, marriage counselor, and all of that stuff. We appreciate him. We got individual supporters. You know, we got Dougie Johnson, who helped support the bounce house. You know, we got Jeff Jennings, who helped with the who supported the projector. We got Zakia, who's behind the camera right now, running the camera.
Job.
We got Kia Russ, who came all the way from Allentown, Pennsylvania. We got Lloyd Russ and his wife and kids, who came all the way from Brooklyn, New York, who's our New York City director holding it down. You got Anthony Hammett, who galvanized just about 99% of the food. Anthony has a 20%, no, it went up. He had a 20% heart rate. But by doing purpose and being focused and getting rid of drama, I think his heart rate is up to like almost 40. But you would never know it because we call him the road runner, meet. So he's all over the place. You got Miss Deborah over here from American Airlines who came and helped serve with the popcorn and stuff. You got Miss Vilma over there who helped with the Avon and gave away giveaways. So, I mean, the list goes on and on. I don't even think, but I'd like to thank everybody, all of our individual supporters who've been sewing from the beginning. For the people who were sewing, we was meeting at McDonald's in the park. We really appreciate what you've done, and we encourage you, if you haven't, to go to the website, jtcexchange.org, and go to the YouTube channel, E.Wilson/JTC Exchange channel, so you can see the fruits of your labor because you're investing, and we don't take it lightly. We want people to know that when you sow and you invest in here, we are out here to get the job done.
Awesome. Thank you very much, E. Wilson. This is your boy, Carlton McConnell, People of Purpose and Round the Clock Entertainment, and we're signing off. Thank you very much. It's been a blessed day.
Peace.